guys, this is Marianne Cleary, and I know, I haven't done one of these in a really long time, and I beat myself up about it. This time, I'm looking at a gorgeous movie. It's up for a lot of awards at the moment. It's Mandela. Seriously, if you don't know the Nelson Mandela story, where have you been? This is so people who don't know about Nelson Mandela, it's basically the former president of the South Africa. This is really a biopic, and I don't think I've ever looked at a biopic here on this YouTube channel before, because sometimes they may be tricky to get across, because I've seen plenty of them. One I can think of straight off the top of my head is a mini-series that was done here in Australia called The Day of the Roses, which is based on the Granville disaster. If you don't know about that, do your research. It's based, because I'm a Granville local, I know a little bit about it myself, but I wasn't born around that time. They are sometimes the trickier ones to get real on screen, especially with a man as well renowned as Nelson Mandela. Basically, it goes from about his birth to when he became the president of South Africa. I went to see this with my mum, and she was saying, why didn't they go further? We discussed on the way back, maybe that's what the family wanted. Maybe that's what Nelson himself wanted. And can I just say, is so earning of all the accolades that this movie is getting. I'm currently seeing it now. I know it's already been out in the States for a while now. It should have been out in South Africa before the States, even though I do believe a lot of the stars happen to be African or of African descent, which is really, really good to see. They kept a lot of... They didn't use a lot of... I'm not sure if they were locals or what. That I don't really know. But the vistas, the atmosphere, you really feel that they could have done this documentary style. It's so beautiful, and I don't say that very often about some movies. That the visuals are great, the performances are just as phenomenal. The reason why I'm not mentioning any of the actors' names, I will probably butcher them. So I'm keeping away from actor names. I know I usually do my actor rundown, but the actor who played Mandela, he is so earning of every award the dude is getting. Well done, mate. Well done. And can I just say, for someone who doesn't do a lot of biopics, this one is one to watch either in cinemas or definitely something you should, and I repeat, should get on DVD and keep as a memento. And years down the line, when your kids or your grandkids say to yourself, who's this Nelson Mandela guy? Who was he? Who was this man that you talk about this guy who just wanted equal rights in a country where it was dominated by whites? You can say, okay, sit down, darling, and I put this on. He reminds me, ironically, of William Wilberforce when he was trying to get out slavery in England. Odd coordination, but he's almost like a modern day William Wilberforce. So, definitely one for the archives. I'm hoping that the American Congress takes a copy of this movie and puts it in the vaults. I know they've done that with a couple of other movies. This one is definitely one that I would say Congress, American Congress, you need to put this in your vaults. You need to grab a cylinder and put it in the vaults. This is one to keep for the ages. This is Marianne out, guys, and I hope I don't make it so far behind. I hope I don't make it so in between reviews. Ciao, guys.